Alright, hi, it's me, the Dorky Reader. I'm here today with a little mini book haul. By mini, I mean, a stack of books I got. I went to a used bookstore, my favorite in town, and I found a lot of really great deals. And then maybe a week ago, I was in Target and I did buy myself 2 books. It happened. They were on sale. I had to, okay? It called to me. And yeah, once you see which books I chose, you might know why. Okay, so let's get this book haul started. Okay, so at these bookstore, I found kind of a new section that I never really explored before because I wasn't in the mood for that kind of a book, romance books. But after reading Emily Henry's funny story, I kind of was like, you know what? Maybe I am in the mood for romance this spring and summer. And so I ventured off into the romance section, and I did find they had like a little more modern, new release-ish, or I don't know, not just your typical like romance novels with like Fabio on the cover. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll check some of these out and see what I can find that might interest me. And so the first of those that called to me, because I'm a huge K-drama fan, is a book called Soulmates by Jen Frederick. And this is apparently about a girl who is going to Korea in search of her birth mother. And while she's there, she falls in love or finds someone, and she has to kind of choose between staying in Korea with her new love or going home to the people who raised her. Is that what it was? Let me see here. I think that's what the description was. Blah, 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 blue, a new country, new language, yada, 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 forbidden love. Oh, it's not a new country. It's choosing between her birth family or the new guy. I wonder why there's like an issue there. Anyway, I'm excited about it. I feel like I've seen in some dramas people in these things. Didn't they have that in Boys Over Flowers? I remember they had one of these little city tour Skyrider things. And I know I've seen a few when I watch Running Man, which is like a variety show. So I'm excited to read this book, and I like the cover, and hopefully it will fulfill my little K-drama fantasies. Okay, another book I picked up while I was at the bookstore was My Killer Vacation. And the title, I think, says it all. This is going to be about a girl who is on vacation, and she ends up finding or falling in love with this bounty hunter, and they're gonna try and catch a killer together, maybe? I'm not exactly sure, but check out those tats. So it's gonna be kind of this motorcycle riding rough guy bounty hunter, and that sounds like maybe I'm in the mood for that. Maybe this is the season for me to find love in a bad boy, in a cheesy romance. Or I'm gonna read this and be like, oh yeah, this is if I don't read these. But we'll find out. I don't know. I like in when I'm not reading, if I watch something besides K-dramas and C-dramas and J-dramas occasionally, I will like watch true crime podcasts. So if they're hunting a killer, I will be into it. I love detective shows too. Things like that really get me going. Oh, I loved Sherlock. So anything that kind of, if there's a little bit of a mystery involved in who the killer is, I'm going to really enjoy that. And it's by Tessa Bailey. I always want to announce the author because I feel like they put in the hard work. They should at least have their name mentioned. Okay, the third romance book I chose is called Pride and Premeditation. Again, it sounds like some kind of murder mystery fun thing, but also with like a Jane Austen twist. I noticed when I looked inside the cover, they mentioned here, like on this page, don't miss the next killer mystery from Tirzah Price. I'm guessing that's her name, Tirza Price. Sense and Second Degree Murder. So that must be the theme of these books. And if this is good, I'm totally getting it because I love Jane Austen. And this is going to be here. An aspiring law student and a young fledgling lawyer go head to head in a murder case that has shocked London high society. But as the case and her feelings for Darcy become more complicated, Lizzie discovers that her dream career could make her happy, but it might also get her killed. Woo! Yes, yes, and yes. I think of the three that I just mentioned, this one is one that I'm looking the most forward to. Yay! All right, let's give it a go sometime. Hopefully let's get a nice TBR jar moment. And maybe what I'm going to do, because I usually pick 6, is I'll pick 5 next time with 1 free choice, because there's so many books I want to read that I'm not getting the cues for when I do my TBRs. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Okay, and then in the romance section, I also found this, and this, please don't judge me for the cover of this book. I remember I was using Likewise. I can't remember what I had put in as a prompt, but on more than one occasion, this book was recommended to me, and it's called Pestilence by Laura Thalassa. I don't know how to say her name, but yes. The cover screams spicy romance cheese, and maybe that's what I'm into right now. But apparently this is like about the 4 horsemen and some kind of post-apocalyptic love romance, probably smut-filled book, and I am here for it. I'm here for it. We'll find out. This book was not at the used bookstore. This is a book I went out with my daughter and her friend to the bookstore the other day, and I bought them each a book because it was like their girl date thing, and I know that her friend was struggling with reading, so I wanted to kind of get her excited about it, so I bought her a couple books, and hopefully that encourages her to kind of read a little bit more when she gets home. So I bought myself a book while I was out too, because I hadn't seen or heard of this book yet, and it's called Under the Oak Tree. And I believe this is going to be some kind of royal romantic fantasy thing. I feel like this is going to be one of those books that you've read a million times, but there'll be like a new spin on it. But I think it was okay. Like I said, I've been feeling romance. And the cover is really pretty, and it's by an author called Suji Kim. So she's Korean, and so maybe, because I feel like Koreans have mastered the art of romance. At least that's like when I watch their dramas, I feel like my heart flutters more than any other genre of romance out there. So hopefully this will provide me a little bit of heart fluttering moments, but we'll see. We'll have to judge it honestly, not just by the beautiful cover. Okay, another bookstore find was Upgrade by Blake Crouch. Now I have yet to read a Blake Crouch book, but I do own, do I own all 3 of them? No, I only own Dark Matter. I don't own Recursion, but this was at the used bookstore, and it's someone's book of the month club thing they returned or whatever. And I know that he's really, really popular, and some of my favorite booktubers absolutely adore his work, and he gets high praise from critics and things like that. So, and I like science fiction, and so I think that he kind of steers towards sci-fi, which is what I go for. So here it is, a beautiful new Blake Crouch book, and I am here for it. And I got it for really cheap, cheaper than, I have Book of the Month as a subscription. When you have, like, when you pay for a bonus book, it's like $11 or something. So this is way cheaper than that. So I got it for even cheaper than Book of the Month. And the really big find I found at the bookstore this time around was an Owl Crate edition version of the Scorpion Queen. Look at how beautiful this cover is. Look how beautiful she is. Look at the sprayed edges. I'm here for it. Gold foil writing in the back. And it says, "You're going to be different here. Braver, bolder, the sort of person willing to bend the rules to get what she wants." Yes, yes. And inside, look at this. The little scorpions are gold and beautiful with this beautiful print that reminds me of like the African beautiful dresses that they wear, like their wraps and things. I love it. And inside, the inner dust jacket is a beautiful piece of art. This, the hardback, look at that. Owl Crate, man, it's really expensive, so I don't have a subscription to that, but it's so beautiful. I wish I did. I'm really excited about this. On top of everything else, apparently, I didn't know this, but they have like Owl Crate just signed things, so it's signed by the author, and there's this beautiful note by the author here. It's like a huge page, like to introduce you to the book and to kind of say, like, this is my work, I'm proud of it, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm really pumped because this looks so pretty. Yay. And that was at the used bookstore. So you need to go find your local used bookstore and support them and find their treasures too, because they're hidden in the folds, I promise. Okay, so the two books I got at Target when I went out to Target were, because these were on sale, and look how chunky this is. It's When the Moon Hatched. I've heard mixed reviews about this book, good and bad. This is by Sarah A. Parker, and oh, I forgot to mention the Scorpion Queen. It's Mina Fears, just so I don't like lose out on the titles of the authors. Silly me. Anyway, this book has gotten mixed reviews by different people. Some of the people I love this book, and some of the people I love to watch on YouTube hate this book. So we'll see where I fall. This is a tome. It's like the biggest, chunkiest book ever. But something I like about this, I like on the chapter headings. You see that? Just like, is that in every chapter? They have something pretty. Or it's the same image, or whatever, doesn't matter. It's really pretty to me. And I think in the in-betweens, like, where did I just see that? Here. Another little thing, like a little dragon-looking guy above in this section, and fun things like that make a book fun to me. Oh, a diary entry. Oh, how cool. So there's a couple different, like, formats going on in here. Ooh. So this looks good. I'm excited about it. And it's a big, chunky paperback. Can't go wrong. And the last book I got, because I read Funny Story and was just, I really, really, really liked it. For me, that was, Emily Henry really nailed that genre of a rom-com, but with making it feel very, like, personable, and like you felt connected to the characters, and it felt realistic and mature. It didn't feel like I was reading a story about two really stupid people making stupid choices over and over and over again. It felt just like two, adults, young adults who are in their way falling in love. I loved it. So I grabbed an Emily Henry book off the shelf, Beach Read, and I'm probably gonna save this one for a warmer day. Where I live, it's kind of warmer early, so it won't be that long till we're getting some hot weather. And when we do, I'm going to pull out this book and I'm going to devour it, because I'm hoping her other books also have that same feel, which I think people have told me they do. I don't know which one is her best. If you have a favorite Emily Henry book that you want to recommend down below, please let me know what you think I would like best. I really liked Funny Story, and that was the first I've ever read, and I'm going to read Beach Read. I know she has several others that are supposedly really good. One of my favorite tropes out there for like romance is like a grumpy sunshine kind of vibe. So if there is a book that has that, I would really, really like to see it mentioned. There's another romance author, Abby Jimenez. I've not read her work either, but she is also mentioned often as like another queen of the romance genre. So I'm willing to give her a try. If you want to mention down below your favorite Abby Jimenez book, please do that down below, and I'll see if I can find that at the used bookstore or somewhere, or if I'm feeling like breaking my buying ban again, I will see about getting a book by her. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this really long little book haul video. I hope you enjoyed it, and ta-ta for now. Wait, before I go though, I've got, oh, he's gonna jump down just because I was gonna show him. That's Howl. Howl's my baby, and he was up here with me for quite a bit of this video, and I didn't give him any screen time. Poor baby. Do you feel rejected? Anyway, Howl is like my #1 cat. At night when I sleep, he's the one that cuddles next to me the most. He is the loudest cat. He's the most vocal because he thinks he's human and he talks all the time. So if outside of Keith meowing to go in and out of the house, you're not going to hear the other two. You're only going to hear Howl talking because he likes to talk. Okay, bye. Okay, real quick before we end the video, I've got a Howl, and I feel like everyone deserves to see Howl. Oh, my little light shined too bright there. Ah, the little shield I have on it. There we go, that's better. Hi, Howl. He was crying and meowing and very upset, so he came up to me. He wanted to be held. He has a little clipped ear here, as you can see. Very sad story. Totally unintentional. The rescuer who rescued him from the azalea bushes outside of some university, she takes all the kittens or cats she captures in to get them spayed and neutered. The feral ones, she just hands in the paperwork. They do it and they clip their ear. And what she normally does, if she finds that there's a kitten or someone she thinks can be adopted out, she'll make a little note on the top of the paperwork, do not clip ear, and they don't obviously do that. She had his brother and him went in at the same time, and she wrote, do not clip ear on one sibling, but she forgot to write it on the second piece of paper, and so when she went to pick him up, he had a little clip ear, and she said she bawled her eyes out. I tried to make her feel like, oh, all the service you do for these wild cats, like, don't feel bad about it. But so that's why he's got a clipped ear. He's not actually feral. He's just a sweet little baby. He's just a baby. And he's the best cat ever, I swear. So this is Howl, Prince Howl. He's a bit whiny and demanding, but he's so darn cute. And I feel like every good witchy woman needs a black cat. So anyway, that's Howl. I hope you have a good day. Bye.